In Joshua chapter 8. Good God Almighty. What? My.
Right there.
My.
You Lord. Hallelujah.
In verse number 8, and it reads, Then the Lord said to Joshua, Do not be afraid, all that have legs to stand up in reverence to God. Stand up if you got legs, stand up in reverence to God. Do not be afraid. Not you all. Come on, musicians, y'all know y'all got to play. Sit down, Dr. Lindsay. Take the whole army with you and go up and attack Ai. For I have delivered him into your hands, the king of Ai, his people, his city, and this land. You shall do to Ai and its king as you did to Jericho and its king, except that you may carry off the plunder and livestock for yourselves. Set an ambush behind the city. So Joshua and the whole army moved out to attack Ai. He chose 30,000 of his best fighting men and sent them out at night with these orders. Listen carefully. Listen carefully. You are to set an ambush behind the city. Don't go very far from it. All of you be on the alert. I and all those with me will advance on the city, and when the men come out against us, as they did before, we will flee from them. They will pursue us until we have lured them away from the city, for they will say they are running away from us as they did before. Watch this. Watch this. So when we flee from them, you are to rise up from ambush and take the city. The Lord your God will give it into your hand. When you have taken the city, set it on fire. Do what the Lord has commanded. See to it you have my orders. You may be seated in the presence of God. I want to talk to you, Word Empowerment Ministries, about a call to elevation. You see, the city of Ai and its king was setting up their own program, and their program was against God and the people of God and the man of God. And God said to Joshua, he said to him, I want you to go against this powerhouse. I want you to go against the very thing that intimidates you. I want you to go against this. I want you to go against this establishment who through the land is being echoed as one that is supreme. Go against them. Watch what he's saying. I want you to go against this establishment, because this establishment has set itself up, and it has built itself up into such a hierarchy that it believes that it is too large and too dynamic, too strong to be torn down. He tells Joshua, he says, I want you to go in. He says, and don't you be afraid to take on this challenge, because I am with you. Word Empowerment Ministries. God, I don't know how to say it, but I just gotta say it. Sometimes when God is ordering you to move into another place, attempting to raise you up into a whole nother elevation, it is the things that are around you that have built themselves up and established themselves in age and in diameter that calls you to think twice about what God is doing. Folk have to figure something out up in here. They have to figure it out up in here that you have to be able to take on a new mindset when God is intending to do something with you as an individual. Amen. There is a pressure on this ministry because I gotta tell you the truth. Y'all can stay where you want, but I'm not. Amen. And I'm not going to stay to appease anyone. Amen. Because there is a level that God has already showed me. And for us to achieve the ultimate in which that God wants us to have, it's causing us to now have to take courage at the things that frighten us the most. Amen. God is checking character, showing mentalities, and showing depthness, and having folk deal with inadequacies, checking folk and making folk just come clean about how they don't measure up. I can't fulfill that position because I don't think that I am good enough. God is checking folk and saying to folk that you are the one that I am using to bring about this change. Joshua had no idea that God was going to call on him to take down such an authority, take down such a power. He didn't know that God was going to pick him out of everybody that was moving and working, and said, come here, Joshua, sit down because I want to speak to you because I have something that I am going to instruct you to do, and I have already set you up for victory. Amen. No, don't give me the pity patch yet. Don't give me the pity patch yet. I've set you up already. In other words, what God was saying to him, now watch this, you're going to walk into victory because I've already given victory to you. Y'all, ain't no need of you worrying about the next level because I've already put next level on you. When you get there, now watch this, critical. And I may be getting ahead of myself. When you get there, you are already going to see evidence of success. Watch it, because success does not start when you get there, but it starts when you consent. Y'all didn't come for this today. I can tell. Because most of us believe that when we are operating and functioning with God, that it takes us to try to trigger something off for God. No. But when God says that your destiny has already been set and I've already given you the victory, what God is saying is all you have to do is consent. And once you consent, now the switch has been flipped on for victory. Watch it. Because watch this. Because what God is saying to Joshua is this. He's saying this. When you open up your eyes and follow my divine instruction, you are going to see the fruits of me being in the land, you are going to see that I have been somewhere in the development of your character. You're going to see that I've been somewhere in the development of your mentality. You are going to see that it's me that placed you there, and you didn't go there on your own. Y'all ain't gonna pray with him. Watch what he's doing with him. He is telling him that I'm going to take you into a whole nother realm of success. And what bothers me and troubles me is that God would have me stuck with people who can't believe that God can do all things. And what troubles me is that God are treating the people of God are treating God as though he can't get it done through us. What troubles me is that folk are bothering me at the fact that you pull your pants up the same way I pull my pants up. You brush your teeth like I brush my teeth. You comb your hair like I comb my hair. And I can't figure out why it is that if I'm convinced that we got victory, you're not convinced that we got victory. I can't think for the life of me. Somebody bless God. Call to elevation. Gonna cost you something. What is it gonna cost you? It's gonna cost you a new mindset. I was talking to Brother Nard. Brother Nard said, one thing about you, Apostle, you always encourage people. You can do it. You can do it. You can be whatever it is that God wants you to be. I never look at you and sum you up at your outer appearance, because I know that in everybody that God has created, there is something great. And if he left you around here, he got something that he want to do through you. He got something he want to do with you. He got something he want to use you for. Y'all ain't gonna bless God up in here. I'm not crazy, but sometimes I wish that God would move me along and get me away from folk that can't believe after all the teaching and all the problem I don't have is believing. A young man growing up, trying to find my way, had a stable job at DWP. Had a stable job at DWP. Had a stable job. Taking care of my family. Bought a house. Had the pool in the back. Had the white picket fence. Had all the nice cars. Had all this stuff there. And one day, somebody presented me with a challenge to be greater. And my foreman, Jack, bless his heart, old white guy, everybody was saying how tough Jack was, and Jack was like this and Jack was like that. And I found out. I got in the truck with Jack when I arrived out in Canoga Park in a predominantly white area. And Jack looked at me and he says, I checked out some of your background. You don't belong here. I said, what are you talking about? He said, man, you've been to school. You don't belong out here doing this job. I said, Jack, I need the money. He said, oh, no, there's some things that you could be doing far greater than this. And he used to always say, he said, you know you don't belong here. He said, you have gotten good at the job, but you still don't belong here. And I said, well, Jack, this is what I got to do right now. He said, but you don't belong here. And so one day an opportunity arose, and it joined me in my character. Said, now, okay, this is a business opportunity for you now to do something that's going to challenge you and bring you all the way out of your comfort zone. We're going to find out what you're made of now. We're going to find out if you're really all of what it is that you think down on the inside that you never express on the outside. So I find folks sitting up in church got some stuff hidden all down on the inside of them, but they never express it on the outside of them, because at the end of the day, it's a challenge. And I don't know if I want a challenge. I don't know if I want to task. I don't know if I want to go any higher than where I'm already at. I don't know if I want to be pressed like that. I like staying in my comfort zone, but then there's something agitated down on the inside of you that's calling you great, and calling you mighty, and calling you powerful, and calling you something all out of what it is that people see, and they don't find out what's really hidden down in the depths of who you are until you step out of that place and run for some kind of purpose that's going to challenge you, that's going to ruffle your feathers, that's going to make you feel little, that's going to make you feel small at times, that's going to make you feel insecure, that's going to make you feel inadequate. At some point, you've got to tap the water to see if it's legit. And so, I'm doing well. I'm doing well at Water and Power, and I even developed another business, car biz. It was my own business that I developed. It was a car care business. I had that going. I had Water and Power going. I'm making about $2,000 from the car business. I'm making about $25, $28 a month from Water and Power. I ain't doing too bad for a single guy, you know. And then I get married, do the Porsche way, got a family car, got a house, got this stuff, got this a friend, an associate, so-called friend, associate calls me, says, hey, I got a business deal. What kind of business deal? In corporate America. I said, that right? He said, yeah, it's selling annuities. It's selling life insurance. It's showing people how to make investments. I said, man, are you serious? He said, yeah. I acted as though I was good, but deep down inside, I was saying to myself, I don't know about that. Risky business. I don't know if y'all ever watched the movie. Risky business. And I thought to myself, I said, God, I don't know, because that might not turn out all right. That may not go the way I think it. So he says, you could start part-time. I said, okay. So I said, well, you know now, the biggest enemy that I see is in me. No, so often we think of the enemy and it's somebody or something else. And really, the true enemy is in the me. The true enemy is in the me. The only reason why I'm not measuring up for greatness is because it's in me that's stopping me. Watch this. The first thing that God tells him is don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. That's what he tells him. Don't be afraid. I know it looks like something that is impossible. But God says all things are possible through me. For they that believe, all things are possible. Now watch this. When he deals with Joshua, he already knows that Joshua, before he even tells Joshua, before he even gives him instruction, he is going to be scared. What did you say, God? God said, I have given you victory.
All right. Amen.
Well, let me say this to you. If I had not decided, and I said, I'm shaking in my boots, but I said, I'm going to try this business. And I started the business, and I started progressing so fast that I got to be a vice president in a matter of 90 days. And I became a vice president. I'm making more money than I'm making on my regular job, plus the job, the little business that I had started. But the key is that there was no salary. It was straight commission. So if you didn't sell, you don't eat. God help me today.
Amen.
Or if you don't sell, you don't eat.
Yeah. Amen.
Now I sit down and I said, I got a family, got a house, got cars, got all this stuff. Got all this stuff I've accumulated, God. I can't afford. He said, if I'm with you, you can do all things, but you're going to have to raise the level of your expectation up to the will that I possess. Amen. You got to raise the level of your expectation up to God's will, that which He expects. No, watch this. I went into Water and Power. I told him, after 5 years, I'm done. Now, the only somebody that was excited was my foreman, Jack. Jack said, I knew it. He said, I saw it on you. I knew you couldn't hang out here for long. He said, because there's something that I see in you, and I saw it in myself, and I was scared to do what you are doing.
Amen.
He said, I'm scared to do what you are doing. Watch this. No, listen, because I'm coming for you. I am. I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Because I can't live with myself like this. I can't live with myself. I can't be around folk that I'm expecting greatness for you and you don't even expect.
Amen.
I'm seeing some stuff in you, you don't even, and you're not even trying to tap in. I see possibilities and greatness in folk, and folk are not even seeing it in themselves or even trying to look for it in themselves. So now watch this. So now I say to them, I'm gone. Now it's on. Because if you don't sell, you don't eat. Well, the beauty of it is that I did fine. By the grace of God, I did good. Amen. It was until the company changed its format that things changed for me. And God said to me, He said, now that they've changed, I release you. And I'm going to take you into a whole nother place. I went into radio after that. Never had no experience in radio. I saw radio for the #1 station. This is not about me, y'all. I saw radio for the #1 station in this city, The Beat, when it was a white-owned station. I was the first black in their sales department. I went on and I did 500, the Fortune 500 companies after that. Somebody would think that, okay, why are folk looking at you the way they look? And why do you carry yourself the way you carry yourself? When you've been around 5 Fortune 500 companies, and you've been around top executives, and you have been considered an executive yourself, you carry yourself with some confidence. But watch what God was doing. He was allowing my experience. Well, when we think back, Joshua had experience with God. And God just didn't pick him out of nowhere. Y'all ain't in here. Because see, here's what the believers do. They get off in the church. They get off in this relationship with God, and they take all their experience and throw it out the window as though God has nothing to do with all that you did before you got up in here. And the devil is a liar. Joshua's resume was legit, and that's why God chose him for the time that he was in. He didn't just pick anybody, but he said, Joshua, you my man. Come on, somebody, because I gotta get something done, and you have the resume. Now, here's what the Christians don't understand. Before God does his choosing, before God does his picking, he's already picked you based upon, y'all in here, not what you have done, but what you gonna do. See, there's no step that you have taken that God don't know nothing about. Because God said, David, I choose, I order the steps. Everything that you've been through, everything that you're going through is for God to use you in some kind of fashion. But if you can't wrap your head around what it is that God has done and what God is doing, you are cutting your own self out of your plunder. He says, this time, when you take it, get your reward. Take the plunder. Keep it.
Amen.
What is the plunder? The valuables. The things that they acquired. God said, take it and keep it. Now watch it, because we got to get some stuff understood here. I am, and co-pastor always tells me, she said, you don't know how to talk about you. I'm not good at talking about me. I'm not. I don't really talk about all of my achievements and all that kind of stuff. I don't. But here's what I'm not going to do. I'm not getting ready to lower the standard. And I know I'm hard to live with right now because elevation has happened, not only just in my natural life, in the corporate life. God let me know that I have gone as far as I could go corporately.
Amen.
They offered me management in the company that I was with the last time, and I turned management down. Not that I don't know management, I do know management, and I have managed. I've been a vice president. You got to manage people. I built my own team. You got to know how your business runs. I ran my business successfully, so much so that I made good money. But here is the thing. Watch it. Some of us are having a hard time adapting to me. Because the expectation is high.
Amen.
And God put me in this situation to not leave folk where they're at, but to challenge folk to rise up. This was about Mr. Johnson. You thought this was about Mr. Stanch. I know you thought this was about Mr. Hale. You thought this was about Mrs. Hale. Y'all ain't gonna pray up in here. You thought this was about Mr. Nard, huh? His reputation ain't right on it. God's reputation is right on it. Because God said, I've kept it open for almost 15 years. And it is representing who I am. And look. You know what he was telling Joshua? Joshua, you know you got to go in and make me look good. What? Good God Almighty, you can't take all yelling in the house with me. I told my kids, when you go to school, you're not representing yourself. At that point, you're representing me. You go up in there and act like you got good sense, or I'm going to have to tag you. I'm going to have to touch you up. Mr. Christian know about that one. His brother know about it. Come on, somebody. And God says, look at how you making me look.
Something to think about. Yeah.
Look at how I appear.
Yeah.
You talk good. get to fighting me. And the best. Because I can't lie.
Amen.
I cannot lie on God. And when you come out, bring the plunder, because that's evidence.
Amen.
Victory. That's evidence that you went in and you got what it is that I told you to get. To bring back so the folks know that it was me that sent you in. It was me that brought you out. Are y'all here? Are y'all here? See, God trying to do something with your life in the supernatural realm that he's already spoken. And instead of you going along with him, you fighting against the process. You don't want to rise up to the occasion because you think what you got going on is better than what God got going on. Well, I'm here to tell you the devil has lied to you. I don't have no problem with telling you that he's a pit worker and he owns all the pit workers and he's lying to you, making you think that you're doing something. And at the end of the day, if you can't follow protocol, then you can't follow God. If you can't line up with God's authority, then you can't work for God. If you can't change your mind, then God can't use you. If you can't put on the clothing and the garments of he can't use you. You can't teach yourself. You can't escape from the process. He never told you to have church at home. The devil is a liar. He's a liar and he put some mess all up in your head. You can do this all by yourself. No, he ain't unveiling no mysteries to you because you can't be obedient. He ain't unveiling some mysteries to you because you can't be in compliance. You think you get mysteries. You think you get the prophetic. The devil is a liar. God said you got to assemble yourself together with the saints and you got to listen to what the prophet is saying. You got to listen to what the preacher is saying because you can't get there unless a preacher preaches. Well, I'm training myself. You a liar. I'm teaching myself. You lying. I'm pastoring myself. You lying. You being played on. The devil is playing you. The devil is playing you. You can't hear, the Bible says, except for a preacher. The Bible says you can't hear. Except for the preacher preach. And the preacher got to be sent to preach. And then he says, they didn't have ears to hear. He told Moses, I can show you who I am. Because no man have ever seen me and lived.
All right. Amen.
He says, so Moses, look at the diagram and the massiveness of my back. Because it spreads across the heavens. It spreads across the globe. He said, look at my back. Because no man has seen me and lived. Watch this. Watch. Joshua now has to get a supernatural word from God to win what it is that God has given him in victory. You just can't go on your own common sense. You just can't use your own thoughts. Because he said your thoughts and my thoughts different. From as high as the heavens are from the earth, that's how different we think. Amen. You can mess it up right up in there with just one bad thought. It'll mess up all of it. It'll mess up everything that you're trying to accomplish. Watch what he says. Watch what he says. he says that I'm going to give you divine instruction. I'm going to tell you how to do it.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I'm going to tell you how your elevation comes in me.
Amen.
How your victory comes in me. God said, I'm going to tell you how to do it.
Amen.
If you can submit, if you can humble yourself.
Yes. Amen.
Say, well, you know, Apostle, all that sounds good, but you know, I really don't have all the things that I think I need to have in order for God. Good! Because you want to know what all that book sense does, all them daggone certificates do, all them trophies and all that foolishness does, get in the way of God. Because folks get all that stuff and then they get too big to even understand the simplicity of God. Because God ain't trying to trick you. God's trying to make you understand. That's why he said, in all your degrees, your smarts, all your wit, and your arrogance and your pompousness get in the way of God. That's why I really don't talk about myself. I don't talk about myself. I don't put my stuff all out there because it ain't necessary. It ain't necessary because guess what? I realized something. I know who did this in me. That's why I give him praise. I know who did it. I know why this mind think the way it thinks. That's why I give him praise. Come on, somebody. I know teaching wasn't my thing. I know standing up in front of folks talking wasn't my thing. So I know who did this. God did this. And he don't need you with all that stuff. Amen. Because your stuff is getting in his way. A good fisherman, you know, before he eats the fish, you just can't bite him because you caught him. Man, you got a gutty now. Because it's what you don't see that you got to get to see. He may have swallowed a couple of rocks. You get into a rock and broke your tooth. Y'all ain't gonna pray for it. Now you got to go to work with a chip. Y'all ain't gonna pray for it. That's why you got a gutty mouth. You got to get all that stuff on the inside out of it. God said, before I can use you, I got to get all that stuff, all them insecurities, all them inadequacies, all them old messed up relationships that you've been through, all the foolishness that you've gone through on your job, all the madness that you've gone through in your marriage. Y'all ain't gonna pray up in here. All the stuff that you've gone through with friends and relatives, I got to get all of that out of you before I can use you. So you got to go through the process of God cutting you out, and cutting you out ain't easy because it requires that you be cut and open up, and some stuff that you didn't want to come out got to come out. You yelling in the house with me. Some stuff that you didn't want to be exposed got to be exposed. Oh, I don't read that well. You had to be exposed so that God could show you how to read real good. Y'all don't pray for him. Y'all don't know prayer, but I don't understand real good. You had to be cut open so that you'll understand it to be increased. Y'all ain't gonna pray for it. And some of us trying to fight the process and stay in the place where we want to be. And God is calling you to elevate yourself. Well, I wasn't the greatest reader at one time either. Because I didn't want to be.
Amen.
And then my mom thought about it. My mom thought about it because they used to buy me comic books. But I'm getting bad grades and reading. God, the day she figured that out. She told my behind. She said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She said, the boy got a stack of comic books this high in the bedroom. How does he know with Superman and Mad Max and all in the building? And can't read. She said, wait a minute, you've been playing me. She said, I'm going to tear you up. So we started playing a game. We started riding and playing a game. And she said, okay, here's how it's going to go. Either you tell me what's on these billboards as we ride by here, or I'm going to tear you up when I get home. I said, huh? She said, yeah, you read. You tell me what's on these billboards. When this car stops, you read that billboard. Big words. I started telling her that stuff. She said, you know what? Let me tell you something. Today is your day. It changes today. You bring me home another report card like you being lazy. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. You are being lazy. This mind is so powerful in you. This mind is so powerful in you. And you are being lazy because you don't want to develop. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's all. And you can get mad at me today. You can go home and talk about it. I really don't care. I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, what I'm telling you is God has already set you up for greatness, and you playing around and not doing it the way you're supposed to do it. And you are making bad representation of our God. God told Joshua, go in. Rise up. Give your neighbor a high five and tell him, rise up. Go in. You want great. You want to be great. But you don't want to pay the price for great. Here's if he had not put this in Philippians, I guess you could say, see, I didn't even get to my points today. I guess you could say I can't do it. But Philippians tell you I can do all things.
Yeah. All right.
And do all things through Bucky. I can do all things through Jim. I can do all things through Christ. Nothing I can do. The devil is standing a lying houses. In a lying house. He got to come in droves to hear lies. And we are not rising to the level where it is that we are taking the land. You want to know why? You want to know why? Don't know why? I want to raise up. I want to rise up. I want to do that. I want to go there. I want to be comfortable. I spent 40 years at church. I spent 25 years at church. I'm comfortable. I'm settled. I don't want that. I want a little small church. That ain't what God calls you to. You ain't got no little small preacher that ain't got called you to. So I don't know why your mentality is like that. I don't preach small. I don't bring crayons from up in here. I don't bring coloring books up in here. Y'all ain't gonna pray up in here. I don't bring no dough up in here. Y'all ain't gonna pray up in here. I don't bring money up in here. Come on, somebody. Y'all ain't praying with me. I don't bring no clay up in here. Y'all ain't pray up in here. Come on, somebody. I don't bring games up in here. You don't see no Monopoly. You don't see Chinese checkers up in here. I don't bring games to work. I bring the word of God to work to advance